Jet Set Ringo lines it up from the three-point line. He's called out Penny Parker from the offhand with an easy lay-in. Double postered Hulk and Shooty with an insane prediction, and got an and one off the technical with the prediction of Red Goblin turning into both Carnage and Green Goblin, and Magneto already being leaked. He's 90% from the field. One last chance. He calls out the miracle of Midnight Suns with a Blade Moon Knight Scarlet Witch triple prediction. The ball floats with a high arc. The crowd can practically see it turning green. The stadium is chanting his name. It's here. The peak of humanity shows itself in one chosen to represent them. And... well, at least I got Blade right?
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
EVO Las Vegas was a trip. Between dev showcases, people literally bowing down to a statue of Doom, and an entire tournament with pro players, of which I'll be doing an analysis of in due time, and an open beta announced to come out on PC days away from the planned release date of the game, and of course the announcement of the final team of the base roster. The game is at maximum hype globally. And frankly, every day until the release now just feels like day without TOKON number 237. So, without further ado, let's talk about it. Blade. Eric Brooks is in. I have been calling for this character since literally day one, and even though he's the only one from this team I managed to call correctly, it really doesn't matter because he's the one I'm excited for the most. His most explosive variations of his kit come from proccing Heartstopper, his unique skill, a stake that he throws as a projectile that pins an opponent in place and allows for follow-ups and empowering his skill afterwards. I appreciate what they've done with this character a lot because his kit has a lot of built-in opportunities to get in multiple different ways, whether it be his multiple types of projectiles that can hit at various different angles or his advancing attacks with quick startup. And once he successfully gets a hit, a confirm from a mid-range normal or an assist picking up a projectile hit will allow for him to activate his party starter and get his oppression started. Oh my goodness, I cannot put into words how excited I am for this character. You'll just have to see when I start posting videos when this game actually comes out. Oh my word, he is in, I can't believe it. Next up is the god of mischief himself, Loki, who honestly got me with the first few seconds of his trailer. I saw Cap, and my brain got a little fried. I tried to rationalize it like maybe it's gonna be John Walker, but no, it's Loki. And honestly, I'm not sure how to feel about his kit potential. It's mentioned in the blurb about his character in the game that, quote, Loki is a technical character who wields magic to confuse the opponent, perform lunging attacks and projectiles as normal, or as feints or even counters to prevent the opponent from attack, use Nornstone to limit the opponent's movement. The way they described his kit kind of implies that he might end up being a fairly gimmicky character, similar along the lines to Faust and Luane from Guilty Gear and Granblue respectively. However, the actual gameplay itself shows some pretty solid and saucy mix-up opportunities and some pretty cool looking combo. So hopefully my fears are not justified, and he turns out to just be a mix-up Reliant character that also gets access to some non-gimmicky mix-ups that once he succeeds in, he's allowed to play the game full force. But it's a little scary. Those of you that play Granblue, you know the horror about Luane. You know what this can very easily turn into. Here's fingers crossed. And finally, Deadpool. GD Deadpool. What can't be said about this character? Mortal Kombat references, Dragon Ball FighterZ references, Guilty Gear references, Street Fighter references. If I can be real here for a second, I kind of knew that he was going to pop up. I didn't know if he was going to be DLC or if he was going to be on the Midnight Suns, because he was in the Midnight Suns video game, but I had a feeling he was going to pop up. And a lot of people around the water cooler of the FGC social media were also talking about him popping up. And it occurred to me that I felt like, knowing Arc System works, the only way that Deadpool could have been an actual fleshed out character that isn't just Quirk Chungus Reddit reference slop is if they physically forced some form of meter management onto him so that he was forced to adhere to some sort of game plan, so it wasn't just a character that was just doing somebody else's move every 0.5 seconds. Don't get me wrong, I love Deadpool as a character, and I'm already seeing discussions along the lines of reference I like is cool, but the reference you like is bad. And I'm all for the super low level, unimportant Twitter drama. And honestly, it's been a long time since I've seen a character utilize health bars for access to move, and it seems like he can still incorporate his healing factor to generate some of it back. So he actually does have to adhere to some particular playstyles, despite the fact that he's listed as being able to play at any range. I'm a little hesitant on whether or not he'll actually be good, but I don't consider this a miss on the side of TOKON. I like the character. I do kind of like the funny haha reference slop that he's kind of turned into over the years. And yeah, all along, you know, at the end of the day, I still think that TOKON hasn't had any misses yet. That's gonna be it for this video, guys. We're in the home stretch for TOKON. Exciting times. A beta is getting released days before its official release date. Plus, I have a little series in the works for pre-TOKON release. So, hang tight, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.